The Mercedes Superdome. The home of the Rookies. Rookie is in. He's in They love them some Wayne, the rookie of the year.
Taken in the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Possibly it was he.
On first down at Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson.
The Lions got to Stafford before he just turned his hell over.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. First down, Detroit. Out of the gun, Stafford. And it's incomplete.
So much for the
Brady just got eviscerated by the Rookies.
That was good coverage along the sideline.
But who knows? Soldiers in there. Now we have Matthew Stafford.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. He right there.
Nice job by them picking up the run blitz and
about to run it again, but don't worry.
And
stop
into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running
it's about to be made, and the defense also already is the lock.
They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked.
The rookie is already here.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down?
Welcome.
It's a nice story for them in this one.
Will
Pleasure 38 yards officially, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
It's a little easier.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 3-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
No, what did it try?
Too much contact to
threw it a
hold on to
little
that
bit
one,
off.
and it's third down.
The coach is already starting to get ready.
And to me, one thing's for sure. When
He
you're
knows
the
who he has to
underdogs and
throw
you're
it to.
playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get
It's
the
made
win that turnover
target.
battle going to be key. They didn't get one there,
It's
but
first.
you
It's
get
a
the feeling
first
they keep making
down.
plays like that, they
It's a
might just
first
get
down.
a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The
Nice
Saints.
play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if he breaks through,
on the
there's
field.
nothing but room to run.
You have not won since Drew Brees, my fault. That's a little bit of a misunderstanding.
And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other.
And now the ball's out, and this is scooped up by the Lions.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage, but in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. And he'll be stopped
they about
right
to get their get back for that run.
Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down.
He fumbled. Guess what?
From the 50 at Stafford. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
He's going to launch this
Throwing
thing way
absolute.
downfield.
I don't know what
And
he's
that's going to
throwing.
be incomplete.
Throwing crazy
Good
ball.
effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third
Throwing
down. Throwing on
crazy
third down.
defense.
Stafford.
Crazy defense.
Catch is made
But
by Hockenson.
it's
The
gonna
tight
get
end.
them to the
And
fourth
he'll
down. They're
only
gonna
get
have
this
to
to
punt.
about the 44 as they stop him short of the
They're
line
gonna
of
have to
gain.
punt.
Just a
And
5-yard
that's what
pickup,
they
and it
do.
leads to fourth
Starting
down.
off the
So
game,
much
no
about this
scores
game is just
yet
understanding situations and then having to execute,
for
isn't it?
either
Guard the
team.
first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they
They're
rallied
on
and
the
made the
15
tackle.
line.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they got across the 50 last
Whether
time, but
it be,
fumbled
it
and
was a
turned it
little
over,
bit
so
of
they'll
a
be looking to have a
misunderstanding.
short-term memory here, Mr.
Show 'em
Williams.
who you
Not only
are,
short-term memory,
Sanders.
but a
Oh,
whole lot better
Indian
ball security. Because
It's
if they take
okay.
care of the ball,
It's okay,
continue to
bro.
move it, their chances of scoring
Michael
some points, they've got to
Thomas
feel
is
pretty good about. They thought they had things
He
moving
doesn't
in the
want-
right direction last time.
He knows who he
Fumbles,
sees.
they don't just affect you on
He knows
offense,
who
they
he
affect your
sees.
overall team because now your
He
defense
knows
has to
who he
make that
sees.
stand up.
Next in
And
stats.
past the
Show
40
him.
before he's out of bounds.
55
Well, that
yards.
was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour.
The Hornets has the entire year.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
Whoosh.
Kamara. Kamara.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Two chunk plays in a row.
We have
The
not
last
seen
one was
Kamara
over 20 yards, and so
These
is
type
this
of
one.
rush like that in a while. Rushy is really bringing
No
out the best
score after
of the
one
people.
on EA Sports.
The end of the first quarter with no score.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll run it. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he gets this one inside the
Rookie
15,
gets
just a
around the
yard or
pocket,
two shy of
81
the 10.
yards for the
Big
rookie.
yardage there
The
on the
rookie
scramble. It gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard
Oh
line.
yeah. That's what I
They'll
love to
switch it
see.
up here and look to throw.
Patience around the
Flush to his
pocket.
right. That's complete.
Patience
Right
around the
around the
pocket.
eight.
Touchdown.
And he is
Safe.
into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his
He
guys
read
are
it.
on the board first
He
here
read it.
tonight.
I just read it.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass a young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence.
The world ahead of him. The world is literally ahead of him. Rookie. 79 overall.
The team has grown.
21 years
His
of age.
confidence has
He has a
grown.
world.
I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Saints have absolutely amazing defense.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford, he'll find Swift out of the
Sitting him
backfield.
down.
Give him 9 on the play, and
44
that'll lead here
yards
to
from
a third down.
Stafford.
A gain of 9 brings up third down.
Before Monroe.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And
Throw.
unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere. but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
There is bringing some life into this season. You have not seen the season like this in a while.
The Saints offense
Last
on
year,
the field
people
ready
said
to
it
get
was
their
a fluke.
drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've
People
got
said that
themselves
the
a
league
7-0 lead
is
after the
rigged.
touchdown the last time
It
they
don't
had the ball.
matter.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we
Incomplete.
just going to
It
do
was
ball
looking
control?
like it was
This is the
complete.
NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Taking them out, taking them out. The rookie pushing through, and that should be
pickup of 9.
but they don't give it to
And the
you.
Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
All out
He
right,
can run
all
for
out
it,
right.
and he will. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
Humbled, but honestly,
So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right?
Let's
We talk to
get a
them all the
fumble.
time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Weathersby. He's hurt. He hit his knee.
Come to the line
He hit
here,
his
and it
knee.
appears trying to go
No,
for it on
the
4th.
rookie. The rookie.
And here comes throw number
The
1 for the
rookie.
backup QB. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's
What
corralled, but not
happened?
before getting it inside the...
What happened? No. He's out for the game.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Oh,
And he's
touchdown!
Touchdown,
Touchdown!
Michael Thomas, 34 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And boy, it was pretty.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side is scoring, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
A very solid gain of 27. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Alexander.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
No PI was called.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Fuck my kids.
Right side, this is Sanders. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I was a little bit scared now.
Throwing on first down. Stevens going to throw deep for the end zone.
Oh,
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw a break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
From the gun, Stevens eluding the
No,
pressure.
don't roll out. Don't roll out.
He'll
Don't
pull
roll
it
out.
down.
You're
And
not.
it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Field game.
Operating from the gun, Stevens toward the pylon, caught.
This game
And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. And he takes it across it into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On third down, Stafford throwing deep for Galladay. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Harris returning. On the return following a punt of 41. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. We do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs. But this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road.
God! The 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. We saw this plenty back last year in college, he loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And this offense has really just been humming all game long, so to me, they're just saying, we want to finish this one off in the third quarter so we can coast home in the fourth. And this is just a tremendous play, something we've seen time and again from this offense.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Stevens speaking out the pocket.
That is caught right at
First
the 10-yard
down.
line.
Good job.
I
like the way he's blocking.
Right around the 10-yard
Way.
line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Kamara already has a ring. He doesn't need.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Stevens flushed out right.
Michael Thomas is one that has his gloves in him.
They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
3rd down and 8.
Operating from the gun, Stevens escaping the
Push it
pressure.
through,
And he'll
push it
take
through,
it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints add on to their lead. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Stevens is
Let's look at the extra point.
It's a second string quarterback.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just went up. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's got room. And the return will stop right around the 25. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching,
a little bit of a rest.
Take the ball away from you. No matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now left side on the swing pass. They call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Flush to his right. And he's got them. He's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hunter Henry there to make the grab. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
So, man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
He was in. He was in. That's how slaps.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
So out now come the Lions. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
He looks mad. He looks angry. He looks angry. He looks like next year he's going to the Rams.
Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Stafford on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Melvin Ingram, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
It's such a big game.
But it brings up 3rd down.
Stafford on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more
This
specialized and better each and every year,
legends.
don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not
Mikey
the American
Thomas.
punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can chip one up.
Come here. Come here.
Well,
God.
It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. He'll try and run it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
23-yard line.
From the gun, Stevens letting one go deep for the end zone. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
To throw again, Stevens. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Stevens. He may try and run for this. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
6 yards. It's 4th down.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, Stevens. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints are pouring it on.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this this morning, basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll get this one to Galladay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down.
Throwing is Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
1st down, Lions.
Again, it's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
1st down, Detroit.
Stafford looks to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
This will be caught at about the 6. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
At the 6, 5-yard line.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Now Stafford. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this 4th quarter. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
Arranges.
And that is
Can't get that
incomplete.
pass.
Took a shot there
Can't get
on
the
first
pass
down,
off.
but he couldn't reel it in. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, Stevens. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stevens. Now he'll let it go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him at the 12.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And a loose football.
Stafford's pass complete to Quinn.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Sideline and incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Thrown away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And the
Sit
Saints
down.
pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It's a safety blitz and a sack for Earl Thomas.
of 8 yards. And it's 4th down.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.